Brett Favre here on the Rich Eisen Show. And then I guess lastly, it's a fascinating matchup for the Packers this weekend with Big Ben coming in and the whole concept of, wanting to make sure that you're not sticking with a quarterback who's got diminishing returns out of the blue. And the first 3 weeks for Big Ben, he has not looked good at all. Don't know if it's the offense, if it's his physical abilities. When did you first realize, Brett, that maybe your physical abilities, that you were seeing the returns diminish? When did that first happen for the guy who was the Iron Man of football?
My last year as a Packer was my best year statistically speaking. We had a great year. We almost got to the Super Bowl, but we didn't. The previous year was just an okay year. And I really felt like that year it was I don't want to say obvious, but sort of obvious, if that makes sense, that to me, that I didn't, my game was different than Aaron. My game was different than Tom Brady. I relied on, I was kind of uncharacteristically, a pocket quarterback, so I could drop back and my footwork would look okay and I would step in the throws. I would do that, a fair amount. But a lot of my game was I felt pressure. I escaped, made plays on the move, left, right. It didn't matter. My dodge ability, if you will. And I didn't feel like that in the 15th year as a Packer, that I felt like the things that I used to escape from, I didn't escape from as much. I didn't react as much to a blind side. You can feel something. You hear people say he's got a sixth sense. I still had it, but sometimes I would tell myself duck, and I would get hit, and then I would react to it. And not all the time, but I just felt like in year 15, which was my 16th year in the league, I noticed my arm strength felt great. And once I had bicep surgery after I left the Jets, it felt tremendous. And, I went on to Minnesota and played exceptionally well, maybe the best I've ever played. But I still, even in that year and with the Jets, things just kind of lingered. Injuries lingered, new things popped up, and along with the mobility shift, I guess, if you will, I started sensing it around year 15.
Can you see it when you see it in a current quarterback? Like, even if it's Big Ben, if watching it, you could say, okay, that looks like the stuff that I was going through?
What I see more than anything, and not necessarily with Big Ben, but just in general, just thinking back over the years and just, knowing what I know now, I tend to see the first thing that goes is the mental part of it, where you don't necessarily believe, for whatever reason, you can't make that throw, you can't escape. I can almost see it in the faces of players. Maybe my time is drawing closer to the end. So, and obviously I'm not right all the time, but I think Big Ben has been exceptionally great for a long time and very sneaky. From a mobility standpoint, he can, slither out of just about anything, and that starts diminishing a little bit. And how that transition goes. Can you transition into a non-escape quarterback? So almost like a bewildered look on a guy's face, if that makes sense.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.